Are you curious about the characteristics that set high-value men apart from the rest? Well, we've got some insider knowledge that might surprise you. In this video, we will share with you the 12 things that high-value men absolutely never tolerate from anyone. But before we dive into the list, let's talk about what exactly makes a man high-value. These men are confident, successful, and know what they want out of life. They have high standards for themselves and those around them and don't settle for less. So, what are the things that these high-value men never tolerate? Let's find out. Number 12. Unnecessary drama. High-value men simply don't have time for it. They want to surround themselves with positivity and people who bring value to their lives. So, if you're constantly stirring up drama and causing chaos, you might want to reconsider your behavior. Believe it or not, unnecessary drama can actually be a deal-breaker for high-value men. In fact, a survey found that 76% of men rank drama as the number one thing they couldn't tolerate in a relationship. So, what does unnecessary drama look like? It could be anything from constantly picking fights over small issues to causing scenes in public places. If you find yourself constantly involved in drama, it might be time to take a step back and reevaluate your behavior. Number 11. Disrespect of their boundaries. High-value men know what they want and what they're willing to tolerate, and they won't let anyone push them past their limits. In fact, a survey found that 87% of men said that respect for their boundaries was important to them in a relationship. So, if you're someone who tends to push the boundaries of the men in your life, you might want to reconsider your behavior. What does disrespecting someone's boundaries look like? It could be anything from ignoring their requests for space or privacy to constantly pushing them to do things they're uncomfortable with. Number 10. Lies. Lies, we all tell them, but high-value men never tolerate them. They know that lies are like a virus, spreading and contaminating the relationships and trust that is essential for any bond to survive. High-value men don't accept lies, no matter what kind. They are unwilling to be part of a relationship built on anything but the truth. Lies can have devastating consequences, like the loss of trust, confidence, and respect. We all tell little white lies sometimes, but high-value men know that when it comes to relationships, honesty is the only policy. They know that when the truth is out, they can move forward without fear and without doubts. The truth can be hard to hear sometimes, but the truth is always better than a lie. High-value men understand this and expect the same of those around them. They are willing to go to great lengths to protect their relationships and maintain their integrity. Number 9. Cheating. Cheating is never tolerated in relationships, especially not by high-value men. It's a breach of trust, a violation of your partner's faith, and can be devastating. It's not something to take lightly, and yet it's surprisingly common. In fact, recent studies have shown that 1 in 3 people admit to cheating in a relationship. The consequences of cheating can be far-reaching. It can lead to a breakdown of communication, create resentment and hurt, and even end a relationship. High-value men understand the importance of loyalty and respect in relationships and won't stand for any cheating. Number 8. Insults. Insults are no laughing matter. No one should have to endure them, especially high-value men. So why is it that we often find ourselves in situations where we have to face insulting remarks? It's hard to understand, but what's even more shocking is the fact that some people may even be unaware that their words are hurtful. High-value men will never tolerate insults from anyone. They know the power of words and the impact they can have. They understand that insults can cause emotional pain and damage relationships. These men know how to stand up for themselves without being aggressive or disrespectful. Number 7. Negative energy. Negative energy can be so draining, especially when it comes from the people around us. It's like a dark cloud that follows us around, and it can be hard to shake off. That's why it's important to recognize when you're surrounded by negative energy and to take steps to protect yourself. High-value men know that negative energy is a drain on their precious time and energy and won't stand for it. They recognize that they can't be effective or successful if surrounded by people constantly bringing them down. Unsurprisingly, negative energy can lead to serious problems like depression, anxiety, and even physical symptoms. So if you're looking to live a high-value life, it's important to recognize when you're surrounded by negative energy and take steps to remove yourself from it. Number 6. Unreasonable demands. Have you ever been in a situation where someone makes unreasonable demands? It's a tricky situation to be in. You don't want to be disrespectful, but you also don't want to be taken advantage of. High-value men never tolerate anyone making unreasonable demands of them. So, what exactly is an unreasonable demand? Well, it's any request that's outside of what is considered reasonable, either in terms of effort, cost, or time. For example, expecting someone to pick up your groceries and do your laundry for free is an unreasonable demand. The most shocking fact about unreasonable demands is that sometimes people don't even realize that their requests are unreasonable. This can be particularly true in relationships where one person is used to taking advantage of the other. The key to navigating this tricky situation is to set boundaries and be firm. High-value men understand this, and they know that by standing up for themselves, they'll be more respected in the long run. Number 5. Rudeness. What kind of person puts up with rudeness? Certainly not a high-value man. They won't tolerate someone being rude to them or to anyone else, and they won't abide by rudeness in any form. It's not just a matter of having good manners. It's about respecting yourself and others. Rudeness can take many forms, such as being short with someone, disparaging their ideas or opinions, or speaking sharply. High-value men know that it's not okay to be rude to someone, and they won't put up with it. It's something that can be hard to control, as it can quickly spiral out of control. High-value men know it's important to nip it in the bud, and they do whatever it takes to ensure it doesn't get out of hand. Number 4. Unreliability. Unreliability is a trait that no high-value man will ever tolerate from anyone. It's a trait that breeds mistrust, and that's a deal-breaker in any relationship. When it comes to unreliable people, it's like trying to build a house on sand. No matter how hard you try, it's never going to work. To make matters worse, it's often difficult to spot an unreliable person, so it pays to be aware. When it comes to unreliable people, the more you trust them, the more they let you down. It's like they thrive on your trust and use it to manipulate you. Unreliable people are like a tornado, leaving destruction in their wake. There's always a lack of communication and a breakdown in trust. They can never be relied upon, and they'll always let you down. High-value men know that life is too short to waste time on unreliable people. Instead, they focus on building relationships with people who are reliable, honest, and trustworthy. That's the key to a successful relationship. Number 3. Aggressive or abusive behavior. Aggressive or abusive behavior has no place in a high-value man's life. It is degrading and can rob you of your confidence and self-worth. It can also have serious long-term consequences for your relationships, your career, and your overall well-being. High-value men take a firm stance on this kind of behavior. They don't tolerate it, and they don't put up with it. They know that this type of behavior is unacceptable, and they won't stand for it. It's shocking to think that in 2020, 1 in 3 women in the United States reported having experienced physical or sexual violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. This kind of abuse can have devastating consequences. High-value men are not okay with this kind of behavior, and they will take action to protect themselves and those around them. They will speak up when they see something wrong and will not tolerate it. Number 2. Criticism or judgment. Are you one of those people who feel like no opinion or comment is off limits? Well, let me tell you something. There's one thing high-value men never tolerate from anyone, and that's criticism or judgment. Think of it this way. Criticism and judgment can be like the wind. They may blow away the most carefully constructed sandcastle. It doesn't matter how much you've achieved in life. One wrong comment and everything can come crumbling down. So if you're looking to make a strong impression on a high-value man, keep this in mind. Criticism and judgment just don't fly. You'll know you've messed up if he gets a distant look in his eyes and begins to look elsewhere. While criticism and judgment can be hurtful, it's also important to remember that they can be a sign of respect. After all, high-value men know they deserve the best and won't settle for anything less. Number 1. Lack of respect for their time. Lack of respect for their time is something high-value men will never tolerate from anyone. It's almost like a cardinal sin. They take their time very seriously and expect others to do the same. The fact is, time is one of the most valuable resources we have, and it's something that can never be replaced. We all know that time is money, and when it comes to high-value men, their time is even more valuable. So it's no surprise that these men won't accept any less than their due respect for their time. After all, why should someone else get away with taking away something that's so precious? That's why it's important to show respect for the time of high-value men. From calling ahead and being on time to meetings, finishing tasks quickly, and staying organized and planning ahead, these are all signs of respect for their time. Final thoughts. The purpose of this video was to shed light on the characteristics that set high-value men apart from the rest. By understanding what they won't tolerate, you can work on developing the traits that will attract them and maintain a positive relationship. Remember, high-value men seek positive, confident, and honest partners who respect their boundaries and bring value to their lives. So, take these insights and use them to become the best version of yourself. Now, you need to watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. It will show you 7 ways to gain respect in life. Make sure to watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.